Metal engines and relentless assembly lines. These are the 20 most produced World War II tanks. In just a few short years, from factory to battlefield, see the machines that rolled by the thousands. Starting our countdown at number 20, we have the Type 97 Chiha. With 2,100 units produced as Japan's most widely used medium tank, it saw extensive action across the Pacific theater, though its armor and firepower eventually struggled against heavier Allied machines. At number 19 is the M26 Pershing. Only 2,200 ever saw combat, arriving late as America's answer to Germany's heavy Cats, bringing a powerful 90mm gun and heavy armor to the fight in the final months of the war. Ranking 18th is the Type 95 Hago, with 2,300 units, a staple of the Imperial Japanese Army. It was fast but thinly armored. Fun fact, crews sometimes painted fierce tiger faces on the front to intimidate enemies, despite the tank being one of the smallest in the war. Coming in at number 17 is the Matilda II, with 2,987 produced. Known as the Queen of the Desert, its heavy armor made it nearly immune to Italian and German guns during the early stages of the North African campaign. At number 16 sits the Soviet IS-2, with 3,854 units. Named after Joseph Stalin, this heavy tank was designed as a breakthrough vehicle, utilizing a massive 122mm gun to crack open German fortifications and destroy Tiger tanks. Number 15 is the British Cromwell. Over 4,000 were constructed, famous for speed thanks to a Meteor engine derived from the Spitfire, making it one of the fastest and most mobile cruiser tanks of the late war period. Ranking 14th is the M24 Chaffee, with 4,731 units. Introduced to replace the aging Stuart, this American light tank featured improved firepower and torsion bar suspension, earning a reputation as perhaps the best light tank of the war. At number 13 is the Soviet KV series, with 5,200 tanks. When they first appeared in 1941, these heavy tanks shocked the German Wehrmacht, as their thick armor was virtually impenetrable to standard anti-tank guns of the time. Number 12 is the Crusader. With 5,300 produced, this British cruiser tank was a primary asset during the battles for North Africa, valued for its speed and low profile despite suffering from mechanical reliability issues in the harsh desert. Ranking 11th is the Churchill, with 5,640 units. Although slow, this British infantry tank was heavily armored with incredible climbing abilities. Fun fact, it once scaled a 45-degree slope during testing. Breaking into the top 10 is the Panzer III, with 5,774 built. It served as the primary workhorse of the German panzer divisions during the early Blitzkrieg campaigns, designed specifically to fight other tanks before being outclassed. At number 9 is the Soviet T-60. Born out of desperation, 5,920 of these small scout tanks were rushed into service, cheap to manufacture, keeping the Red Army armored divisions populated while factories were being evacuated east. Number 8 is the fearsome Panther, with 6,000 produced, often cited as the best tank design of the war, combining sloped armor, mobility, and a lethal 75mm gun. Fun fact, more Panthers broke down than were destroyed at Kursk. Ranking 7th is the M3 Lee and Grant, with 6,258 units. Same tank, different names. Lee for the Americans, Grant for the British. This stopgap design provided crucial firepower in North Africa before the Sherman arrived. At number 6 is the Soviet T-70. The Soviets pumped out 8,226 of these as an upgrade to the T-60, using automobile engines to simplify production and support infantry attacks across the Eastern Front. Number 5 is the Valentine, with 8,275 built. As the most produced British tank of the war, it was renowned for its reliability and saw extensive service not just with British forces, but also with the Soviet Union through Lend-Lease. At number 4 is the Panzer IV. Germany's backbone tank saw 8,800 roll-off assembly lines, the only German tank to remain in production throughout the entire war, constantly upgraded to face increasingly powerful Allied threats. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is the Stuart series, A staggering 22,744 M3 and M5 variants combined hit the battlefield. Reliable and fast, British crews affectionately nicknamed it Honey. In second place is the iconic M4 Sherman. A massive 49,234 of these reliable workhorses flooded every Allied front, powering the coalition to victory. Fun fact, British crews demanded a tea brewing vessel be installed inside. And now, the undisputed champion at number 1, towering above all others, is the T-34 series. An absolutely staggering 57,300 of these war machines rolled out of Soviet factories, more than any other tank in history. Its revolutionary sloped armor and rugged design crushed the Axis across the Eastern Front. Fun fact, production was so urgent that some T-34s charged into battle wearing nothing but raw red primer. The T-34 didn't just win the war, it changed armored warfare forever.